And I welcome you today to CSC Talk Radio. It is my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be here with you today. We have a lot to cover, so I'm going to forego my poem as far as Free-for-All-Friday, but it is Free-for-All-Friday at 877-895-5410. So what is the good news? Do we have any good news? We hear all kinds of bad news. Well, I think you're the good news. There are good people all across this nation. Despite the media's bias and fear and hate-mongering, yeah, we have some sad folks, we have some bad folks, we have some mad folks, and we have some worn out and tired beyond belief folks. But we have good folks, like you. The average, hard-working, forgotten Americans. The flyover staters. I was watching one of the Fox News shows last night, and while they attribute things to you, it's the way they talk about us that kind of bothers me a little bit, even when they call us the forgotten Americans. When they say, and it was Laura Ingraham, and I know she meant no bad, but it was just how you say it, how they say it, as if we truly are the forgotten ones. Even when they remember us, we're the forgotten ones. She just made this comment about the folks in the flyover states. It's like, really? She didn't word it exactly like that, but it was just kind of, hello, I'm here, hello. Well, Monday, we had Foster Freeze on, and he challenged us to take a friend out to coffee and find that common ground. Somebody that you know politically, at least, is on a completely different side or realm than you are. And I've said many times that, the coffee is the brew that is true. We have CSC Talk Radio is during coffee break time in the mornings. Of course, I think every time is coffee break time in the mornings. So it's the nonpartisan cup, the brew that is true. Regardless of your political stand, regardless of our religious beliefs, regardless of our lifestyles, we're never going to agree on everything. But there is a common denominator. We all have something that we can agree on. And so Foster Freeze has put that challenge out, and I'm going to repeat that today. And when you find one, he wants us to report to him. So we're going to keep in contact with him, and we'll see what happens. He sent me a card today, which I really want to share with you. And he said some really sweet things about us. But we must be true to facts. We must not rule our lives on emotions only. And while grandstanding, it has its place in life at times, it shouldn't be on the floor of Congress. I watched a short video today, kind of a man on the street, so to speak, thing, where they're asking the questions. And the question was, what do Americans think of D.C., of what's going on politically? So let me hold the microphone for you today and ask you what you think. Now keep it clean, but you have to give me one positive along with a negative. And you got to keep it short. We'll see how many calls we can get. Daniel will be calling in the second segment of the show, so we'll have him on as well. And I'll ask him the same question. He doesn't have a clue what I'm going to do. So call me today with what is negative, what you think is wrong, and one positive, what you see as good and ongoing right now. We have the coffee, so let's sit down and solve the problems. Let's bring America home. And sweeten the deal with a little chocolate. How about that? We're going to talk about Spartacus. I have a little quote from Ann Coulter, and rolling my eyes around for Dianne Feinstein. And what is treason? When facts aren't there, have a smear campaign? And when is enough enough? Have you ever attended a Trump rally? These are my questions. Have you ever attended a Trump rally? And what happened the day after? What was left behind? Well, when I saw this little video this morning, again, I'm going to give the number, 877-895-5410. That's 877-895-5410. One positive of what's going on today in politics, and one negative. And keep it short. So some of the answers on this little video that I saw was, and they seemed to be a little one-sided. They were obviously Trump people. So they said that POTUS was doing a good job, but this one had a negative. That's what gave me the idea. They thought he could have a better way of projecting to people. Sometimes he's a little harsh. Sometimes they just thought he could use a better rapport. Another one said Trump is turning things around, and they were very positive about it. Another one was saying, and this happened to be a female, and she was an older woman, and I thought she was very well, she spoke very well. She says, the elected officials, I wish they'd quit being so ugly to one another. Why can't they just sit down, hey, have a cup of coffee? Why can't they just sit down and discuss things? Why do they have to be so ugly to one another? Not working together, that was one of them. They were upset that DC's not working together. The bitterness and snippy, they said snippy. They must be from the flyover states. Snippy. Not acknowledging the good things the president does, but only being snippy at him. And the disrespect for the office and one another. So, what do you think is the positive and what is the negative? I have here something that Foster Freeze wrote to me. Just got it this morning. It's the picture on the front just made me smile. It's a picture of him and his wife, and they're holding a cup of coffee. And I'm going to turn it around and show it to the camera because I have a little camera in here. He's holding a cup of coffee, and I said it must be their Christmas picture because he's got a Christmas cup of coffee. And I laughed because hers is a yellow one, and my husband hands me the yellow cup of coffee. He says it's the sunshine that I'm always wanting. But Foster put in this little note. He says, I'm so grateful for your commitment to clarity and truth, your hard work and dedication over the years to spreading valuable news to your listeners. And this is the part that I liked so very much, is a light in a world of media darkness. The media speaks dark, whether it's Fox News or CNN or MSNBC. They're constantly fear-mongering and hate-mongering. I know that Hannity is trying to get through to truth, and he's bringing a lot of facts. I have to laugh because it's breaking news every night. But what are we all doing to bring one another together? And that's what we need to do. Whether it's over a cup of coffee like Foster suggests that we do, which I'm always for that. But what do we do to bring this mess together? Because you can't be a politician. You can see the politicians aren't going to do it. They don't want to do it. They want us divided. That's why they label us. So let's take the labels down. Let's chuck the hyphens and become one people. Now, this is some good news. One of our good listeners, and he calls in very frequently to the show, and that is Tim from Iowa. He shared this with me this morning, and that's why I said sweeten the cup of coffee with some chocolate. This is a 93-year-old candy man from Iowa, and he buys his neighbors chocolate every week. 93-year-old from Iowa is making an impact in his community in the sweetest possible way. Bob Williams visits a Dollar General near his home in Long Grove every Saturday morning when the store offers $5 off of $25 purchases. And he uses his coupon to buy Hershey's milk chocolate bars by the boxful to share with his friends and strangers. Something he's been doing for the past 10 years. I'm moving to Iowa. I want some chocolate. You're listening to CSC Talk Radio, 877-895-5410, and it is Free-for-All Friday.